Final score, 27-21. There were so many chances to win this game earlier in the game, and yet we could not take advantage. You know, the Cowboys have way too many issues. In this game, they were all on display. Of course, we have a tough time running the football and stopping the run. Even though Rico Dowdle looked pretty good today. He did. Defense, they did okay for the most part. But when your offense can't score and they continuously put you out there, hanging out to dry, and the opposing team keeps switching out running backs, Algier and Bijan. Hook them, by the way. When they keep cycling out backs and they keep running and running and running, your defense is going to get tired. Your defense is going to get mauled. And brothers, the game, it's connected. It's interconnected. When your offense can't do shit, it affects the defense in a negative way. They like to say defense wins championships. But the offense, if your offense can't do anything, the defense is going to be left out to dry. No matter how impressive your defense is. We have outliers like the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens or the 2015 Broncos. We have outliers like that. The Seahawks back in the early, the Legion of Boom. We have outliers, but for the most part, it starts with the offense. Terrible play calling. Terrible. This West Coast offense, led by Mike McCarthy, is so bad, so old. I don't know how many times I see curl routes, hitches. I'm so tired of seeing that. Our offense cannot innovate for shit. Mike McCarthy cannot innovate for shit. It is terrible. Terrible decisions. Why on earth do we do a fake punt? Your defense up to that point is doing okay. Make Atlanta earn it. Pin them deep. Make them earn it. When you make them earn it, they've had tough times going down the field. Make them earn it. Instead, you give them great field position. You cannot capitalize on Lawson's strip sack fumble. This could have swung the entire game had we capitalized on Lawson's strip sack fumble of Kirk Cousins. That could have blown open everything. Instead, the offense go out there and shits the bed again. In combination, and we lack CeeDee Lamb is the only thing we got, man. It is so terrible. It is so bad looking at this offense. We just need one person other than CeeDee Lamb to make a game-changing play. We simply don't have the talent to do it. Dak Prescott had the longest run of the year with 22 yards. He finally decided to run the goddamn ball today. And he ended up getting hurt in the fourth quarter with a hamstring. Then you got Cooper Rush going out there. He looked okay. He looked good. He put the ball in Turpin's hands. He caught it and couldn't hang on. That's what happens when you have a 5'8", 5'9" return guy playing receiver. That's what happens when you have that out there. CeeDee Lamb had a touchdown grab, and he couldn't hold on to it. Of course, it has something to do with his shoulder, but the ball hit him in the hands. If you're out there, you got to catch the goddamn ball. Man, this team has been decimated with injuries. It just simply isn't our fucking year. It just isn't. It isn't. Micah Parsons, man, I really do not like Micah Parsons' podcast. I don't like when he talks. I do not like it, but he is sorely missed. I do not want to trade him like everybody else wants to. I don't want to do that. Michael Parsons is full of shit. But prior to this game, he led the team with 21 pressures. The next person was at 12, and Michael Parsons has not played since the Giants game. He's full of shit, but he's a premier pass rusher. He's an impact player. He can win you a game. If Micah Parsons was out there, he could have won us a game today. The game was in reach for multiple spots. It was in reach. Lawson still had 2 sacks today. We still couldn't generate enough of a pass rush because we got some no-name guys out there. But if you would have capitalized on the Lawson strip sack fumble, we have a dearth of talent on this team, and it clearly shows on the offensive side and the defensive side. We just don't have enough talent. DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, obviously they've been out. You lose your 2 best pass rushers. You can't generate a consistent pass rush. Okay? Trayvon Diggs out there. Kalen Carson out there. We don't have Deron Bland out there. That's another piece that we're missing. So we don't have Deron Bland out there that can generate turnovers. Trayvon Diggs, scared to tackle. Kalen Carson, scared to tackle. These defensive backs are scared to tackle. I don't know how many times I've seen where they could have had Bijan Robinson or Mooney or anybody else. They could have tackled them for a loss or a short gain, and they miss and they whiff. I don't know how many fucking times I got to see that shit. How many fucking times do I have to see Trayvon Diggs or anybody part of our secondary scared to tackle? Missing tackles, whiffing on tackles. How many fucking times do I have to see that? Malik Hooker. The safety spot, we're back at square one again. Remember all those years where we were like, we just need a good safety. We don't prioritize the safety position. We don't do this. We don't do that. It's back again. Our safeties are garbage. Utter garbage. Time and time again. We have been terrible the last 2 drafts, man. Mozzie Smith is not good. And y'all got on to me. And y'all kept saying, oh, he's had a good game. He was this. He's picking it up. Mozzie Smith is garbage. He was a wasted pick. Oh, my God. How many impact plays has he made this season? He is a first-round draft pick. And how many defensive splash plays has he made? DeMarvion Overshown, he was a little shaken up, but he had a decent game today. I like DeMarvion Overshown. Hook him. I like him too. He had a decent game. But man, you look at the offensive side of the ball, man, CeeDee Lamb, and what do you got? You got certain spots where Tyler Ferguson may make a play here and there. Jalen Tolbert is not a number 2. He's not a number 2 receiver. Jalen Tolbert is not a number 2 receiver. Kevontae Turpin, we're forced to put him in the offensive game plan because we lack so much talent. We lack depth at that position. Brandon Cooks, man. You know, Brandon Cooks isn't the greatest, but man, he's better than Kevontae Turpin, and he's better than Jalen Tolbert. We're sorely missing him, too. Sweet Jesus, man. Sweet Jesus. Tyler Guyton. It looks like I was right. I gave him props after the Cleveland game. That was game one. But it looks like I was right, man. Tyler Guyton, they like to say, give him time, give him time. I don't remember Tyron Smith being this bad when we drafted him. Of course, he had some growing pains. That was a long time ago. That was back in 2011. Wasn't that 2011 when we drafted Tyron Smith out of USC? It was a long time ago. I could be off, but I think it's 2011. He didn't look this bad as a rookie. I'm sorry. Tyler Smith didn't look that bad as a rookie. Tyler Guyton is another failure. Man, we have missed on like the last 2 years. We have missed on our first round picks. We have missed badly. Mozzie Smith is terrible. Tyler Guyton is terrible. How many fucking times are we going to whiff, man? We used to have this sterling reputation of we're good at drafting. Bro, the last 2 years have been trash. It's been horrific. Zach Martin is aging. This may be his last year. I don't know. And the thing is, I don't want to be those content creators, those people out there that just put the game solely on Dak Prescott, put the blame on. I used to do that. But like I will admit, when you pay someone $60 million, you would expect for them to mask the ills that your team has. Dak Prescott simply isn't good enough to do that. He's not. He's not good enough to make up for no running back. He's not good enough to make up for lack of talent, dearth of talent on the offensive side. He's not good enough to overcome bad play calling. He's not good enough. I'm not going to put all of the blame on him, but he's definitely not being the solution right now. He's not. The play calling is absolute ass. God damn. The only time we throw the ball downfield is when we have literally no choice. When the game is out of reach, out of hand. That is the only time we throw the ball down the field. Dak Prescott started the game out, 7 of 7, 8 of 8, something like that. He started out hot, but his longest pass was 6 yards down the field at that point. That's not a Dak Prescott issue right there. That's a scheme issue. Dak Prescott can throw the ball downfield. He can do it. We've seen him do it so many times. He can do it. The scheme is just so bad. Mike McCarthy doesn't scheme. He doesn't get enough out of the talent that he has out there. We don't have much talent, but there's some meat left on that bone, man. You got to squeeze that out. That's what you're there for. You are supposed to bring out the best. You're supposed to squeeze all of that water out of the towel. You're supposed to squeeze all of that juice out of the lemon. You are supposed to get all of that meat off the bone, and you're not doing that. Oh my God, the penalties. The false starts on Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. He has to go. Terrence Steele has to go. He is fucking done. Oh my God. But those penalties start with the coach. It's on you. Bad scheme, bad concepts, undisciplined football, not getting all of the resources from the available talent is a coaching issue. That's all on Mike McCarthy. All of it. You can put all the blame on, and that's the most convenient thing to do. This team has a plethora of issues. And the easy thing to do is to put all of it on Dak Prescott. I know how tempting it is for you to want to put everything on Dak Prescott because it's too complex. The whole situation is too complex for you to either understand or break down. So you simplify it and put it all on Dak Prescott. This is a team issue This is a Jerry Jones lack of talent acquisition issue. This is a coaching issue. It all starts with Jerry Jones not going out, getting enough talent for this football team. And the thing is, if you look at the cap, all in to Jerry means 2025 and 2026. That's what all in means. You pay your most important pieces. This will be a down year. You let everybody else walk. You pay your most important pieces in your quarterback and your top wide receiver. And you're going to have enough money to pay Micah Parsons. People say we're not going to have enough money. That's bullshit. We're going to have enough money to pay Micah Parsons. And I know you get sick and tired of the podcast and all the bullshit and the media picking up and running with what he says. I know you're tired of that, Cowboy fans, but we need to pay him. We need him. We need him. You need a pass rush to be successful in the NFL. He is one of the best. You have to deal with his hijinks. You have to. At least he's not out here doing destructive shit like drinking, like doing drugs, getting suspended. He's not doing that. He's just being an idiot on his podcast, but we have to pay him. Pay Micah Parsons. You already paid your two top talents on offense. You go all in. You do your best in the draft, and you try to acquire as many weapons as you can because you're going to have the money. The Cowboys have plenty of money. Plenty of money. Don't let them fool you. We had enough money to get Derrick Henry. We had enough. We had plenty. And we're going to have so much money next season. In the offseason, we're going to have so much money. So if they bullshit us again, that is clearly, Jerry Jones clearly doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's just going to die with his 3 rings and call it a day. Call it a nice life. We're going to have plenty of money to deal with this shit next offseason. He has no excuse. And you can pay Micah Parsons. You can pay him his $30 million. He needs to get paid. Pay him. Don't bullshit around. You need him. Pay him. Lack of talent, the coaching staff not having enough. They don't have the brains to get what they have, get enough like plays out of this talent. They don't have enough. They don't have the brains to scheme this, to scheme people open. They don't have the brains or the know-how to get what they need out of this current team. They don't have it. The GM doesn't get talent. He doesn't acquire enough talent. The coaches can't get enough of the talent that we have. You have terrible injuries. We just have a bevy of things that's going wrong with this team. That's why we're 3-5. The last 9 games, 6 of them are at home. I know this is stupid. I'm still not giving up. Brothers, I've waited for months for the season to start. I'm going to keep cheering this team on. I'm going to still say, oh my God, there's hope left. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to tune out the season. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to continue watching. I'm going to continue rooting for this team. I'm going to continue to see light at the end of the tunnel. I will. I don't care. Us making the playoffs, I think we have a 5 to 10% chance to make the playoffs. Still a chance. You're not mathematically eliminated. You got 5 division games. You have 5 division games left. If the football god struck us in the right way, you win those 5 games. We're not going to win all 5, but if you did, still not giving up. I hate checking out early in the season. I hate because you have to wait so long for football to come back. After January, it's fucking over. After January is over, then you have to wait February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That's such a long wait. That's why I'm not giving up. There's still season left. You're not out of it. Keep going. Brothers, man, it's hard being a Cowboys fan, dog. It's hard. It's hard. It's so fucking hard. And they like to say we're front runners. We haven't done shit in 30 years, man. We're the best fans there are. You still sticking with this shit team, with this shit owner and this shit coach. We're the real fans, dog. We're not front runners. I'm not a front runner. I live and die Dallas. Live and die Dallas. Mavs fan. Rangers fan. Cowboys fan. Stars fan. I know the Texas Longhorns is not Dallas. Technically it's SMU, but Texas Longhorns are my team. They're Texas's team. All of Texas. Unless you're a weirdo and you're an A&M fan or a Tech fan. Or even worse, an Oklahoma fan. But yeah. I'm not dropping this shit. Ever. We're the fans. We're going to keep going for this team no matter what. But god damn it, man, it's so fucking hard. And this game early on was winnable. You had a chance and you squandered it away.